Hey guys, welcome to the Zoomer podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the Zoomer podcast. It's on, okay. We can actually do it now.
Alright. What was I supposed to say?
Just say it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Zoomer podcast. Today we're going to be talking about meka. Finally, the first episode of the podcast. We decided to do it. After months and months of waiting, we decided what better time to do it than during the actual apocalypse.
Basically. So, we're going to be basically just talking about the upbringing of meka and the significance he had on my channel and stuff like that. Because we know that's going to get views.
Yep.
See, you already clicked on it.
It's too late. You fell right for the trap.
Okay, but basically... Okay, so the first point we got is the upbringing of meka. So basically, I'm not going to say from my research, it's not like I actually looked it up. The only reason I think that he came from Facebook is literally because one of my thumbnails was from Facebook. I literally found an meka Facebook page.
Uh-huh. That's your evidence. That is completely believable.
Yeah, basically.
His origins are, let's just not assume he came from Facebook.
That's basically, there's no assuming he came from Facebook. No cap on that one.
Instagram is where he has most of his clout, so that's probably where he originated.
Basically.
Then once he found out he didn't have enough of the clout that he needed, since he is an ad, and he needed to spread the word of Jesus Christ, a.k.a. Factory New.
Basically.
But we'll get to that later.
So basically, on the upbringing, he is literally a walking advertisement. So, yeah.
The reason he even, like...
I just flipped over the paper we had the notes on and found the dumbest drawing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, back to the podcast, Mark.
Okay, since he's from, I'm just gonna assume that he started on Instagram. Since he's an ad, and you just gotta spread the word of your company as much as you can. That's why he spread to other sites, and the one site he wasn't a part of yet, YouTube.com.
Yep. Okay, now we're gonna talk about how I literally let Meki. That's his new nickname, Meki. How we let Meki. Basically, I was the portal from him to YouTube. Sadly.
No videos on him at all about meka until our Lord and Savior, Sir Capalot, decided, this guy looks good.
Okay, but basically, the only reason that he got on YouTube is because my epic content. And so, okay, so this is what I'm thinking happened. So, I make a video on him, of course, as y'all already know. Then after that, it starts to gain popularity. Funny enough, that is literally the most viewed video on my channel. Coming in at a whopping okay. It has a lot of views, that's all you need to know. And he had to have seen it. At some point in time.
He was already on so many social medias, and we can just pretend that he did plan on going to YouTube, but he wasn't, because there was nothing on him up until the video.
The meka video.
Yeah, until Robert made his
Who the hell is Robert?
Up until Sir Capalot made his meka video. And that's probably... He had already covered every other site. And after he seen that on YouTube, he could get mad views. He decided, you know what? That's my next place. I'm gonna scavenge there, just like the parasite I am. And that's why he has songs on YouTube and all that now.
Yep. Now, after I made my debut video, the legendary video that now exists on YouTube, that has almost more views than all of his freaking music videos. after we did that faggot,
What the fuck?
that faggot decided that it was a good idea to hop on YouTube. And ever since he did, he's gotten more subscribers because a lot of people from Instagram have leached onto him, because a lot of people that search Effin' Meka would find my video, but now that he has his own channel, it'll just lead it straight to him. Funny enough, my videos are still over there though. That show up whenever you search up Effin' Meka.
What?
Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is his attitude. His gig. Let's call it that. His gig. How?
What even is his attitude? What is Effin' Meka? How does he like to act? Well, there's an answer to that question. He likes to do his personality is pretty bland.
Honestly.
Like, whenever in the comments you can say literally anything and he'll just be like, "Oh man, yeah," and just agree. If you're
Either
supporting
that,
him,
or
he'll just give you.
Or he'll get mad and try to like roast you. The reason that he even gets attention towards his channel is because he's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the circus it's like the nowadays circus. It's like walking around seeing a bunch of weird stuff that you wouldn't expect at all.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot, dude. Okay. Okay, but
you're not watching the actual like gameplay, you wouldn't understand. In the back of the head.
Okay. But yeah. Basically, what were we talking about?
We were talking about his attitude and how he how he's so bland. Like,
yeah, okay, so it's like the freak show of nowadays. You basically just come there to see, wow, this dude is pretty weird, and then you leave, maybe follow because you still want to see it. That type of deal. Now, initially, when I first seen Effin' Meka, I thought it was a pretty cool idea. But I also thought it was pretty gay, because if you look at his comments and stuff like that, you'll see that he just straight up sits there and tries to tell everyone he's a cyborg.
And another thing, how he has like all these cringy like photos and animations. He's obviously trying to get a younger audience, even though his songs are not. But his songs aren't very good. He doesn't even get any, like, no one that knows him, like, I'm gonna say this, I'm pretty sure most people that know him don't even know him from his music.
Honestly.
Because I've only heard one song from him. It's not very fire.
We'll talk about that more later. But basically, it's basically when people go to his page or anything of his social medias, it's basically just sit there, hey, look at me, I'm a faggot. So
that's his big attention grabber. And a lot of his animated pictures, like him when he was in prison or him with the coronavirus, that was like, he kind of reminds me of like a Roblox animation, except with a slightly higher budget.
Basically.
Another thing about his attitude, he often, like, whenever there's like a video with a celebrity or like a rapper, he'll just animate himself in the background dancing, doing some retarded dance.
Either that, or he'll do really bad Photoshop of it. It looks like the Lil Uzi Vert picture. I can almost guarantee that Lil Uzi Vert didn't agree to that.
I doubt he even knows about it, because Effin' Meka has like 7 fans.
I feel like Lil Uzi Vert has better things to do than to worry about some random animated rapper who thinks that he's really going to get somewhere. And on top of that, I see all these comments of people saying that he's going to blow up and stuff like that, but he's yet to do that. That's like going to a YouTube comment section and be like, you're going to be big one day, man. Just keep doing you, man. And them just randomly blowing up.
Not like I don't know about it.
Okay, so our next point is going to be more, it's almost, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like going deeper into his origin. Of like, because we all know he's fake at this point. Going into his actual, like, who animated him. Who animated him. Real. Who created him. All of that stuff. Now, at this point in time, I only know 2 people who actually put the time into creating this retard. And the 2 people are, one of them is Chris Lee, I believe, and the other, if you go to Effin' Meka's to his actual, oops, if you go to his actual his Instagram page, then if you go to previous owners or something like that, what is it? It is, I gotta find it. It's like his old name or something like that, and it says a whole nother dude's name. Let me see if I could find it again about this account. Joined the Twitter. Former usernames. Here it is. And his former username was Brandon Howard. So those are the two people that we know that had something to do with creating him. Or maybe...
And the only thing that this really came to a conclusion was the fact that effin' Meka has two dads. That's all we were able to pick up from this.
Yes, basically.
So the fact that effin' Meka has two dads means that he supports gay rights. And that is not a bad thing, but that means that he is trying as hard as he can to get anybody he can to be his fan. Like, he doesn't have any person that he would reject, like anything, because he just wants as many people as he possibly can.
He's trying to get as much attention, tries to get on everyone's good side. Funny enough, I got a comment on one of my videos saying, I like you in your videos, but effin' Meka is super friendly and super rich. I don't know what rich had to do with anything, but I don't understand what he means by friendly, because if you try to say anything about how he's animated or how it looks dumb, he basically just tries to push it away and cries about it. That's his whole little gimmick.
And he seems to not be decided about whether he's a cyborg or whatever.
Yeah, either a cyborg or a robot. Oh, my cheeks.
Or if he's an actual person, because like he seems like he doesn't know what he is, because he's constantly changing his answers to the point where it's really hard to like try and describe.
It's either an AI. Like, he's either an AI rapper, a cyborg, or a robot.
I know a little bit about rap myself.
But yeah, that's what the other point.
He seems very indecisive about his own breed.
And now we're gonna go more in depth to the actual point that he is a walking advertisement, and that is Clegg Effects.
No, Clegg Effects. You might be wondering, who's Clegg Effects? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to say right now... Nothing. I have nothing to say right now.
Okay, so Clegg Effects is basically... I don't know if Chris Lee is inside of Clegg Effects or if maybe he hired them or something. I'm guessing that's what he did.
Maybe he knows the guy in charge of Clegg Effects, but not too sure the association going on there.
But one way or another, they met up or they know each other or something, and they created effin' Meka as a giant advertising ploy for his actual brand, Factory New, which is why he has effin' in his actual name, which is an interesting little fun fact.
You ever wonder what effin' is and why all of his fans put effin' in their name? They're like effin' swag or effin' fade or something like that.
Effin' blur.
Effin' blur. Any kind of cringe names like that. Like cringe fest.
It's like putting phase in front of your name, basically.
Yeah, or TTV.
Yeah.
But basically what I mean is FN, that's Factory New, which is the whole thing that effin' Meka is. He's an advertisement for this brand called Factory New, and you putting FN in your name, you're literally just saying, I am...
advertisement.
Exactly.
You're doubling up their advertisements. You're basically helping effin' Meka do
Little
his job.
do you know, you're literally just falling right for their trap and spreading the good word of him. I guess if you're a fan, then that's good. But
yeah.
I don't really care. It's pretty much you're just
it's
going...
It's like putting phase in your name. Nobody really cares or notices. Yeah. It's just like...
annoying. But I guess it's hard to notice with effin' because... You know, the only people that say that they're effin' are people that don't even have effin' in their name.
Yeah.
People say that they're effin' something, but they're not proud enough to support it. But any kid that you see trash talking on COD or Fortnite, they got FaZe in their name.
It's like having FaZe in your name, trash talking, and thinking that you're bad. That's literally what it is.
Like FaZe Braden Boss 615 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Not naming any specifics.
Yeah, that was just an example off the top of my head.
Don't like it unfit.
Alright.
Okay, our next point is going to be his popularity, where he got it all from where it started from. And we've already covered that I basically created effing Meka's whole presence
YouTube
on
career.
YouTube.
His YouTube existence was
And-
from you. You should thank you. But you never even got a shout out or anything. No one even noticed. Like, no one. You can find no evidence of him like deciding, hey, I'm gonna go to YouTube because I just discovered that I can get views there.
Yeah,
Because this cringe kid decided to base his career off of me.
basically. And the funny thing is, I don't know. You would just expect, even though I'm basically just his #1 biggest hater, that he would say something about me. He would try to mention me. Because even if he says, well, I don't want to give him views. What are you, a 3-year-old? I'm already getting more views than most of your freaking music videos on my first video to bring your presence to YouTube. It's not very...
I mean, if he were to bring you up, he would probably bring you up like, I know there are some people on YouTube that don't appreciate me or something like that. Or
he'd try to Photoshop me saying, I'm gonna kill you.
Or like Photoshop him in a picture of you guys like in a boxing ring, like
Yeah.
about to brawl, and
then him calling me like 6'9" son or something like that.
then him murdering you, and then cheering, and then all of his effing fans are like, yeah man, I love your cock in my ass.
Basically.
And then that's pretty much how that goes.
Okay, so another point that we have is...
His music? Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't know he made music. You just thought he was just a random rapper, did you?
You thought he was a rapper who made no music, like literally all of his fans?
Exactly. How many of his fans know he makes music?
How many of his fans even make music?
His fans, they see that he is a rapper, but have they heard any of his songs? No. He's too ashamed to show them. There's only one song that they know. Baby Yoda.
Okay,
Yoda.
one point that I don't have on here, but we're gonna have to touch eventually, is his posts. He does everything and anything
Let's
to
cover
try
that.
to get...
Let's just do that right now.
try to
like
get
I
the clout,
talked
man.
about before, how he has like those animated pictures of him like escaping prison, or like him being in a testing thing for like COVID-19 or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna make another video, guys. I know I said that would be my last video, but I need to make another one on the stupid corona thing that he's making. It's like me doing the prison thing, but I'm not a retard anymore.
That's the stupid fact that he's trying to say that he has coronavirus is like a person saying, oh my god, I'm getting hacked in my body.
Oh no, you're a hacker, you killed me. That's literally the equivalent.
Stop hacking inside of me. He's making my arm move. Touching me.
Okay, but
It's making me do things inappropriate.
on a real note, it's kind of sad that he's this desperate that he's gonna make some stupid robot version of Corona just so he can get views and try to be
Anything.
funny. Do that.
Shit. Wouldn't he have 3 actually?
I don't
Who
know.
knows? Who knows what Brandon, whatever his name is, Brandon 2017 or something like that. If he
Yeah.
was part of Clegg Effects or the other, or
It is possible that they're both part of Clegg Effects and that they
Probably.
just decided to try to get a quick cash grab out of people. They're like, hey, let's make an animated rapper and say that he's cyborg or something and make some trash AIs. People will fall for it.
to be
I
honest,
mean, it's not a dumb freaking decision. Obviously, it's working. It's
Yeah.
just the things that he's trying to do with it kind of annoy me. Like, he's doing anything and everything to get brand and everything to his name. And it's really sad, honestly.
like, at one point he even posted a picture of Baby Yoda whenever that was a thing. Like, he hops on any trend. He
He got
probably
a Baby Yoda, fake Baby Yoda chain, let me add. Because you just gotta animate anything so he can pretend like he's rich, basically. That's literally all it is.
whenever Crocs got big, he probably started wearing them then too, because he's a trend. What are they called?
Trend chaser, clout
Yeah.
chaser.
Well,
And another thing he'll do is he'll always talk about freaking 6ix9ine and stuff. And he'll like try to get mad at 6ix9ine for being a clout beast. And it's low-key pretty annoying. He basically just hops on trends that are blowing up at the time and tries to ride them as much as he can before they die out. Like, if he actually had all these chains that came up from every trend like he says he does, then he would be super rich. He would be more rich than Jeff Bezos. Like, and it doesn't add up at this point. Like, he also made a TikTok account. I don't know if I have that as a point. Excuse me. But he also made a TikTok account so he could get more views. And he's blowing up on there because all the youth of society...
Shut up, sir.
All the youth of society is basically on freaking TikTok trying to impress him or whatever.
Have we got to fans and haters yet? Because there's not really much to talk about with his music, because really, there's only like 5 songs.
His music is basically just cheesy, to sum it up.
And they're kind of like, he sounds like, he just takes a generic rapper voice, just takes some random beats, he does anything that sounds catchy, and they clearly don't. His music isn't working for him, that's why not many people know about it, but...
Yeah. Sadly, he's collaborated with actually good TikTokers. Fallen brothers, if you ask me.
Destroying their own career. I guess they're the clout chasers now.
Well, I feel like TikTokers can't really be identified as clout chasers because, like, TikTokers are just TikTokers. They're, like, in their own little lane. Unless you're, like, a SoundCloud rapper or an effing meka, like, on that app or something.
Let's go back a minute. Let's, like, rewind. And him, like, hating on 6ix9ine. He's, like, the most... He reminds me of 6ix9ine, like, so much.
He's literally like the animated version of 6ix9ine. That's why that's, like, the only dude he'll get attention from.
He made a song called Moonwalkin', and the guy in there sounds literally so much like 6ix9ine.
He's basically just screaming, doing some scream vocals.
Exactly.
Like a...
Angry snitch.
Like a 6ix9ine X vibe-esque type vocals. And you would think that it would sound good, but just his voice is really squeaky and annoying. Kind of like my... No, I'm just kidding. He's kind of squeaky and annoying, and I don't know. He shouldn't be a rapper. That's all I'm going to say.
And, well, should just do an OnlyFans. Fans and haters. The next thing. His fans,
The little that he has.
Well, his fans seem kind of oblivious to the fact that he actually makes music. And the ones that do know, no one talks about it at all. And they kind of like try to ignore it or push it away. Like the biggest things they talk about are literally just his posts or him dancing to other rappers' songs in the background of one of their music videos. Basically. Like as if the rapper didn't even notice he was there and he's just doing some gay dance. Yeah, it's like one of his posts, he has some, I don't know if it's a rapper or just some clout chaser kid or something, but he's like, they're in like Antarctica or something, let's just say that, because it looks very icy, it's a pretty cold looking place, and he's just doing this really animated, dumb looking freaking little dance thing. Like, no, like, it's so, what's the word? It's very cheesy, to say the least. Not cheesy, but the quality is, like, bad. I don't even know that, like, I don't know. It looks like PS2 graphics, except not. Yeah, sure. His fans, I forgot what I was going to say. His fans are just, I don't know what to explain them as. They're not very smart. They proudly rep that they're fans of him, and they all have, like, the names, like, effin Brandon Boss 615 or something like that, effin Blur, but they all respectfully... I'm not going as far as to say that it's the new phase or something like that. It's not. But basically, if you see someone with that, they try to act like it's some phase, kind of like... It's the clout chaser phase, basically. But they don't put it... But they don't put it in their name. They just say that they're effing something, but it's not what they go by, because they know that they still have a little amount of common sense that, you know, maybe I shouldn't follow this guy that much. But, you know, I also do like this coronavirus robot stuff, so that's why he has so many fans. Basically. Other than him literally writing everything he can to get clout. Another thing, his fans are like, they love him and they love to hate people that don't love him.
Yeah, it's basically popular. It's fun to hate him.
Yeah. Well, I was saying that it's fun.
I know that. I'm just saying it's fun to hate him. Like, you'll see, comments upon comments of people being like,
yeah,
this
people
is fake
just
as
like
hell. Fake AF.
another thing that are in his comments. People that don't just like people sometimes test him and they just say random stuff and say stupid things in there. Like how this one guy, he was talking about how he was like having really bad problems with mental health. Why would you go to an Instagram comment, like post on an animated thing? That's so dumb. I really hope that wasn't real. Otherwise, he's probably dead. He probably killed himself because all effing Meka said was, "Dang, hope you feel better, man." And then like 8 other fans of effing Meka actually said something, but I'm pretty sure he was just trying to get attention, and he succeeded.
He's trying to play the good guy role as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he would basically just clout chase for
whenever he has like a legit hating people that hate on him, he tries to like play them off in like a casual or like playful kind of way. He's like, yeah man, totally cooler than you.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing I really wanted to point out, every time he's in a video or a picture with another rapper, he just like feels the need to prove himself to where he like literally will give himself like gold pants or something just to look better than them, to make it seem like he has more money than them, or to show off things that don't actually exist, trying to prove himself in a way that I guess I have no idea, he just tries to make himself look good for his fans.
Yeah, it's very
In
very
comparison to
cringy,
others.
honestly. And with that, I think we can wrap up this podcast.
Well, speaking of this podcast, we're done. We're never making another episode. No, I'm just kidding. New episodes to come. We've been waiting for this a long time, and we're not stopping it here. And I'm hoping, and he's hoping, that we can make more episodes on a more of a
Common basis.
yeah, and have like a schedule for it instead of just posting one every 6 months, then like 2 in a row, something. No,
Yeah.
we're trying to get them at least, or not, kind of pushing it like maybe 1 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
or a week.
We're trying to make it fit in because it's kind of hard with the corona thing going on and all of that.
But we should be able to make them.
Yeah. Our next episode is going to be
Featuring someone, we're not going to say who, because they're a huge YouTuber. It's PewDiePie. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to have one of our friends.
we're gonna have a Red Boy, if you know who that is.
Well, if you didn't, you're finally going to find out who Red Boy was.
Yeah, the people we've been trash talking all along, and possibly Orange Boy, because he's trying to hop on the clout train as well. So,
Red Boy is actually our friend.
yeah.
He's not just a person that we hate. We only talk about him like that because we hate him. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, thank you guys for
beautiful,
watching.
man.
Thanks for joining the podcast.